Hello, family. I hope everyone having a wonderful day. Oh, it is so hot here in Nigeria. For the last couple of weeks, I've been sweating so hard. I'm telling you, I've been out and about going through Victoria Island. We're looking at different restaurants, going to different areas, and it's just been so hot, and it seems like I'm just walking around with a handkerchief just keeping my face dry, eating fabulous foods. I mean, look, my husband says you living a good life. I'm really living a good life being here. I love it here, and it's so relaxing. I just want to say the people are just so super nice. I feel like we're just family. But I wanted to talk about our immigration process, and I'm going to do like a part two because I don't want to make it too long. Me and my husband got married back in December of 2022, and now it's 2025, and we're hoping that this year actually, will be the year that he'll get approved for a spousal visa. So I just want to give you tips on what we had to do. Now I want to do a disclaimer. Everyone's process is different. You have to remember, if you got married to someone in the UK, it's going to be different. Canada is going to be different. United States is going to be different. And everyone did ways of differently. Some people did it themselves. The paperwork, the United States citizen did it themselves. Some people had someone else do it for them, or they hired an attorney. So I'm just going to give you the process the way that I started out. And I'll do this as part one. So part two, I'll go into more detail. So part one is, the first thing that I had to do is that we had to get the marriage license or the marriage certificate from the office of Lagos. We got married in Abuja in Ogun State. So we had to get that marriage certificate. Once that was done, it was emailed to my husband, and then I downloaded it and I saved it. The very first thing I decided to do is hire an immigration attorney. The immigration attorney submitted to us an I-130 application. That is a spousal visa that will come with a green card. Okay, so the first thing that she had to do is a long application. It's probably about 15 pages. They ask you for your marriage certificate. They ask for both our birth certificates. They ask for our mother and father's name. They ask for how many children that we both have. They ask how many siblings that we have. That means brothers or sisters that we have. They also asked for letters from the family, because they wanted to make sure that the family knew who I was, and they had asked letters for my sons, my family members, that I introduced them to my family. They also asked for pictures of us being together. Now, I have been to Nigeria twice before coming on my third time. So they wanted to see just regular pictures of us being together with friends and families, going on outings together. Just realistic, genuine pictures, nothing staged. I know a lot of people do things on TikTok and social media. They want to see the authenticity of a relationship, because especially for those that are 20 years older, they're dating someone that's a lot younger. They need to make sure that what is it that you two have in common, and that is more than him just wanting to have a green card. Okay, because with the United States citizen, you have to be able to support him as he lives here for the first year, because he won't be able to work. So they need to make sure that you can be able to support yourself. You have to make at least $25,000 a year to be able to support one person. And so they need to see the United States citizens' bank statements, their payroll statements. They need to see if they own a house. That means, do they have a mortgage on the house, or do they own the house? Do they live in an apartment? Do they pay a monthly rent? They need to make sure who's your employer, how much you make an hour. A lot of things that the United States citizen has to be able to submit to show that they can be able to support the spouse that's in another country. Okay, they need to make sure that it's legit, that it's not some type of scam or anything. They just want to make sure everything is on the up and up. So you have a lot of documentation that you have to submit, and I had to submit that to my attorney. My attorney, if there was anything missing that she needed, she would send me over a request in an email, and I had to send it to her, and she would call me and talk to me and find out. And now I requested an attorney that knew Nigeria's laws and also the United States laws. So I was able to do that with her, and she's a very, very good attorney. Now you probably wonder, how much does something like that cost? Well, the very first paperwork, because you go through 3 stages. So the first stage, the first process, it costs $2,500. Yes, that's for the paperwork, that's for the attorney, and that's for any assistance that she may need to help you with. I'm going to go over the second process because we've already done the second process, and we're going to be going into the third. So I'm going to come back with the second process. But the first process, you have to make sure you have all your documentation. You know, if you went to school, and if you, like my husband's a welder, he had did an apprenticeship for 7 years, and then he's been working as his own business with his father for the remaining time, so a total of 16 years. So they need to know that. They need to know how much money you have in your bank account. They need to make sure that you are supporting yourself, and how are you living. They're going to be checking out both of us. So if you have any further questions before I get to part 2, put it down in the comment, and I'll make sure that I'll answer it. I hope you have a wonderful day, and remember, stay safe.